Okay, we're done.
Live on 20 News with Pedro Santa Cruz.
And Richard Aguirre. Coming to you live from the Creative Tucson studios in downtown Tucson. It is Thursday, December 14th. Let's talk local headlines.
A group of Phoenix business leaders are pushing for a measure to go on the 2020 ballot, which would increase the sales tax to raise money for Arizona public K-12 schools and universities. The increase would raise the part of the sales tax responsible for school funding from 0.6% to 1.5%. The proposal would direct the new funding to increase teacher pay, improve school infrastructure, and make kindergarten all day. The business leaders plan to market the sales tax initiative with various slogans, including spare change for teachers, purchases for pedagogues, and you pay for schools so we don't have to.
You're still in kindergarten, right?
No, I passed a year ago at least.
Don't lie.
Come on.
An Eastside family was hit by a holiday Grinch when they had some of their Christmas decorations stolen in their front yard in broad daylight. Tucson resident DJ Bell says he and his family spent thousands of dollars on decorations and were disappointed to find two of their large inflatable decorations, Lightning McQueen and Mater from Disney's Cars, stolen from their property. Now that's horrible. That's why my co-host keeps his inflatable girlfriend hidden away and safe from thieves.
Her name is Sarah Funbags, and she has feelings too.
Oh.
Pima County approved a 2-year road repair plan that will use revenues from a temporary property tax to fix residential streets. The plan will prioritize roads that need repairs, but falls short of labeling the roads so damaged that they must be fully replaced. County supervisors voted along party lines, with Democrats voting for it, and the board's two Republicans, Steve Christie and Allie Miller, voting in favor of an alternate plan. This plan allows districts to vote for a worst first approach that would prioritize roads that need full replacement before repairs take place. Before the vote took place, members of the public spoke for about an hour, weighing on how they felt about the plan. Most were residents of unincorporated Green Valley who spoke in favor of the worst first approach, supported by Miller and Christie. Following the vote, a Pima County Attorney's Office sent a memo to Christie saying that it could be legal to hand off repair tasks to the Regional Transportation Authority if the agency wants the responsibility. Christie hopes to hand the project to the RTA, which would replace the recently installed half-cent sales tax to fund the project. Christie just hopes that no members from the RTA get a chance to actually see the conditions of Tucson's roads. He suggested covering the roads with smooth, concrete-colored wallpaper to throw off the agency and to make them think it'll be an easy fix.
A combination of manufacturing and federal spending are predicted to grow the Tucson economy, according to a study by the University of Arizona's Eller College of Management. George Hammond, one of the study's authors, said that after years of lower than average growth, Tucson will grow slightly faster than the rest of the United States. He says that a big reason for the growth is the decrease of what he calls the federal fiscal drag, which was a reduction in spending by the federal government over the past few years. This comes as the United States is slowly gaining ground after the losses of the Great Recession, when federal spending decreased. While the report is optimistic, there are some challenges that lay ahead. Retail trade has decreased in Tucson, just as it has across the nation, mainly due to the competition with online sales. However, Hammond says that Tucson is bulking a national trend by having a growing manufacturing base. You're going too high. It's too high.
Slow it down.
You gotta go backwards a little bit. You gotta go backwards a little bit, Randall, please. He says that much of the manufacturing is from the aerospace and defense industry, which usually features high-income jobs. Hammond also said that the increase in the state's minimum wage should also boost the economy, since increased wage also raises home prices. The increase in home prices have also increased the number of new home construction permits, another good sign for the local economy. On the other hand, most Tucsonans probably won't be able to afford a home in Tucson for much longer. But we hear that Boise, Idaho is up and coming.
Potatoes. A federal appeals court denied an attempt to open an area of land near the Grand Canyon to uranium mining. The Ninth Circuit of Appeals rejected arguments by the National Mining Association and other industry groups who claimed that it was illegal to withdraw about 1 million acres around the park to new mining for 20 years. The decision was made by Kenneth Salazar, the Interior Secretary under President Obama. Judge Marcia Berzon wrote that Salazar and his department did not violate requirements for the federal government to promote multiple uses of public lands. But the land isn't completely safe yet. The Trump administration is considering whether to take away the protected status of the land. However, the administration will have to comply with the National Environmental Policy Act and justify their decision. The administration has already begun crafting their justification, which reads, "It will be the greatest decision ever seen by this country, and all the people are going to love it, especially those little Indian guys with the headdresses. Trust me."
This is good pacing, Randall.
Doing well.
Yeah.
First day, people, first day. He's doing great.
The FCC today voted to approve a controversial plan to repeal Obama-era net neutrality protections. That happened today. The repeal passed 3-2 along party line vote, with the Republicans voting to end the protections. This comes after weeks of protests by Americans who fear that the internet could become ruled by powerful corporations, who may be able to change more for faster bandwidth. Net neutrality made it so that internet providers such as cable companies had to treat all websites equally. With the protections gone, these companies can potentially play gatekeeper for sites with less resources or who express opinions that they disagree with. During the vote, the room had to be evacuated due to a security threat, which is a bit ironic since getting rid of net neutrality is its own security threat. Under the approved proposal, the FCC would eliminate rules banning internet providers from prioritizing their own content. This means that, for example, Comcast, which owns NBC, could potentially slow down speeds for competitors such as Netflix and Hulu if it wished. Not surprisingly, the decision was praised by the telecom industry, who argued that the regulation was a drag on broadband investment and innovation. This week, Comcast released a statement saying that customers will continue to enjoy all the benefits of an open internet today, tomorrow, and in the future, period. However, Comcast began a new sentence adding, they'll just enjoy it a little bit slower unless they enjoy watching Law and Order and true crime.
That sucks.
You know, I really thought net neutrality had something to do with the feminist movement.
Well, not all websites are created equal.
Yeah, I'm just stupid.
The Texas Highway Patrol has become part of an organized deportation machine that uses routine traffic stops to funnel undocumented immigrants to Border Patrol, according to a report by The Intercept. According to the report, passengers and pedestrians who weren't even driving were also taken into custody in the program. Data on the handovers is difficult to collect and only started in 2015. Since then, collection has been haphazard, according to the report. The ACLU of Texas determined that the agency's internal documentation did not record the handovers of several individuals who the ACLU knew had been detained by the Highway Patrol. These individuals were later imprisoned and in some cases removed from the country. The report states that the deportation pipeline began with a law that residents couldn't get a driver's license without showing proof that they are in the country legally. This led to many undocumented Texans driving without a license, especially in areas with no public transportation. Critics say this makes the roads more unsafe, as it's more difficult to track accidents by those with no license in the case of hit and runs. But supporters of the laws say that there are enough drunk drivers in Texas to cancel out the problem.
You know what else makes roads unsafe?
What's that?
You driving on them.
Well, you know, I've had my license revoked a number of times, but that does not stop me from getting back out there and getting a new license.
You keep getting your license again?
Whether real or fake.
And they keep taking it back. You have fake licenses? Oh, jeez. Global warming made the rains from Hurricane Harvey 3 times more likely, according to a new report by the World Weather Attribution. The report also stated that global warming made the storm 15% more intense. Hurricane Harvey hit the Texas coast in August, killing 80 people and leaving 800,000 in need of assistance. So far, damages have been estimated in the $190 billion range, making it the most costly weather disaster in United States history, beating out Hurricane Katrina and Sandy combined. The team of scientists said that their research shows that global warming is making extreme weather events worse around the world. This particular report was held back from the public because scientists chose to confirm their work through peer review because the United States government's opposition to action on climate change. They felt that if they had fellow scientists review their work, then they would, of course, have a better case to the Trump administration. Of course, the scientists are assuming that Trump reads reports. Trump slam. Or that he reads at all. Double Trump slam. Environmentalists say that the scientists will have better luck if they try reducing their findings to a short comic strip, maybe a puppet show, or a presentation by famed comedian Gallagher.
You know what? Whatever they can do to make things easier. Reading can be difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not. Yes.
That's what Gallagher does. He used to take a hammer and smash a watermelon.
As long as there's a few pieces of watermelon left for the rest of us, you know, we need something to spit.
Triple Trump slam.
We
did it.
This was 5 on 20 News with Pedro Santa Cruz.
And Richard Aguirre.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube,
Subscribe
Facebook,
to our YouTube channel.
Instagram, and Twitter accounts for all the latest Creative Tucson news and content.
Subscribe to our
Feel
YouTube
free
channel.
to bother us at info@creativetucson.org.
Wait,
Thanks
what
for
was it?
watching.
Info?
Info@creativetucson.
Info@creativetucson.org? Oh, man. I'll send an email now. Thank you for watching and stay creative, Tucson.
Are you done? Are you done? Really?
Good job, Randall.